This demonstration we're going to look at installing the VMware View client. The purpose of this is to allow me to actually access or allow a physical desktop to access a virtual desktop in the VMware View system. Client software must be installed on any system that will be used to access the View desktops. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to go for our VMware View client installer. We'll select next at this point here, read through the payment agreement and select next. We'll then accept the license agreement after reading it and select next again. Right, what we're going to do here is we've got a couple of different options. Now if we don't want our users to access locally connected USB devices through the VMware View desktops, we deselect the USB redirection, but I'm going to leave that turned on. And if I want to require all users provide identity and credential information to log into a View connection server and again to access a View desktop, we will select the login as the current user, so I'm going to leave that turned on as well. Now if I click on the little drop down, as you can see, we have the ability to disable these features as well. So I'm not going to. I'm actually going to click next at this point, and then what I need to do is specify my default View connection server. Now in my case, what this is going to be is cs-esxi08.qa-bdc.com. What I'll now do is select the next button. Now what I've got a couple of different options here. Now the select the shown connection dialog, we click on this to display the login as current user option in the View client connection dialog box. When this option is selected, the user's login identity and credential information are passed to the View connection server and ultimately to the View desktop as well. If the client system is not a member of the Active Directory domain, the user does not see the login as the current user checkbox. The other option we've got down here is the set option to login as current user. Now we'll do this to make the login as current user checkbox selected by default. So what we'll do here is we will actually select that option to set the default option to log in as current user if we had maybe an Active Directory designated virtual machine, which I do, so I will actually select next. Now what we've got the options of where do you want to put the VMware View client. You want to stick on desktop, this is for the icons, start menu, short programs folder, and the quick launch toolbar. So yep, we'll have it everywhere, and select next. Now we'll click install. What we'll do is we'll leave this installing, so I'll just pause the video at this point and return back once the installation is complete. Okay, now completely installed, so we'll select our finish button. And what we'll do here is we will restart. And what I'll do here is just pause the video again once this is restarting and return back once the restart is finished. Right, it's now restarted, so now what we've got is we've got our View client sitting on the desktop here, so we'll double click on this. As you can see here, it's going to connect through to my connection server. That was what I put in as the default, so we'll just select connect. Just telling us that it cannot verify the identity of the server. Fair enough, I'll just click continue. And now what I've got here is I've got to enter my username and password. So I've logged in as a local user, so I can't do pass-through authentication. So what I'll do at this point is I'll just actually log in as my user. Now we'll just log in here. It's now authenticating me through, and what we can see sitting on the desktop here now is we actually have two virtual machines to connect to. I've got the Martin XP virtual machine and I've got the payroll virtual machine. Now because I've been entitled to both these virtual machines, I do have the ability to log into both. If I click on my little drop down here, what we can do is we can connect, and we can also specify as well which display protocol we want to use. I've got exactly the same option down here. What we've also got down here as well is I've got the ability here to specify display. So what we'll do is we'll log in here as payroll. So we'll connect that virtual machine. So now we're just preparing the desktop, allowing me to log in. And as we can see here, what it's doing, it's logging me in, so I'm now connected to the virtual machine. So at the top here, we can see I'm connected to Payroll XP. Click on the little drop down for the options. I've got the ability to get some help, support information, information about the VMware View client. I can swap to multiple desktops if I have multiple View clients open. I can see auto connect to this desktop. Now that's going to be quite handy for things like thin clients. I can send the Control and Delete against the virtual machine rather than pressing Control or Delete on the actual keyboard itself. I can reboot the desktop or restart the desktop or reset the desktop. I can disconnect, and I've also got the ability to disconnect and log off. Now if I did have USB devices connected to this physical device, I could also connect through the USB devices. So what we'll do at this point here is we'll actually disconnect and log off and say yes, we do want to disconnect and log off from this desktop. That's now done, so that is a demonstration of installing and using the VMware View client. Thanks very much.